to talk about, right?
Oh my god, dude.
All right,
It's the
we're
catcher.
recording. We're good.
We're live.
We're I mean, we're recording. We're not live,
Oh,
but yes,
we're live recording.
we're live recording.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So,
uh,
yeah. So earlier today we had a pretty sweet unboxing, right?
uh, it was technically an unbagging, but yeah, it was amazing.
Unbagging to the unboxing.
Oh, it was it
Uh,
was it was an unbag to an unbox to an unbag because they blue balled us. Remember, it was in another bag.
so excited. Popped the top and realized we had to watch one more ad
Right.
to really see the prize.
Yeah.
So this is that prize we're referring to, right?
Oh man.
All right.
I just love seeing the box, right? Like
You
anytime
just
you see a Benchmade box, you're just like, there's something nice in there.
you know something good is about to come afterwards,
Yeah,
right?
no, absolutely.
Or at least you hope. So here's the initial blue balls. You know, we fired too soon.
The blue
Fired,
ball.
fired too soon, gentlemen. But what came from this? I think it was tasteful. We had to wait a little bit longer. You know, you don't rush a good thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah, see here we just got to blow our load nice and fast. Like you're
uh,
giving it all. Oh, it's
there
so
you go,
nice
dude.
though. Even this, even like. No.
Can't touch this, yo. All right, we got it back. It did
All
not
right.
fall very far, and it
Did it
actually is.
puncture a key in your keyboard?
No, it actually fell so perfectly on the Olight M2R Warrior Pro box.
The
And then
lightsaber box.
it then grazed the white G-Shock and fell on top of the Woody's lens cleaner. So that was, I don't think it could have fallen any better than that.
10-4.
But yeah, man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup here.
Oh, dude, it does. It looks so good. I've never even seen a Benchmade in that, like full black hardware, brass thumb, brass scale. It's pretty. It's something about the black and the axis lock, right? It's like it just looks it's nestled in there almost because it's black with the bronze, and it's just so it looks so good. It
So, and
really
that
does.
you bring up a good point, right? Like, let's be real here. If you follow EDC, if you're affiliated with the community of ridiculous addicts who just keep buying all this senseless crap, all this pocket jewelry, you know, you've heard of brass and patina, right? That's like the fucking rage right now.
I've realized
Um,
we're our own best advertisers in the EDC community, right?
Absolutely. Well,
We're
what happens, right?
salesmen.
Not only just from peer to peer, but then you have Taylor Martin,
Yeah.
right? You've got Jeremy Sires talking about patina and brass, patina and brass, patina and brass.
Patina,
Everyone's
patina,
fucking buying brass and patina shit, right?
patina,
Um,
patina. Is that what it?
eh,
Patina, patina, patina,
patina,
patina.
patina, patina. Hope he doesn't sue me for that. I know his
He
beard is
probably has it
much
trademarked.
more luxurious than mine,
Yeah.
but bottom line, you know, I wanted it not just to be one of the cool kids, but I wanted it with purpose because, you know, I've been EDCing now, what, 4 months ish? Yeah,
Give or take.
three,
Yeah.
three, 4 months. Really lost my mind over the last month. But I got a bug out because that was kind of the rage when I, you know, got in. All I heard about was a bug out, perfect balance, perfect blade to handle ratio, blah, 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 blah. I opened it up. I got a battle washed bug out, the limited edition from Knife Center. I don't know why they call it limited edition because they're certainly not limited. They ordered a shitload of those knives.
I
Um,
think it was a limited run. I don't know if it was a limited edition, right? Like they
well,
did an X
let's
amount, but it was a shitload.
let's
Yeah.
call it limited run, right?
Yeah.
They got a fuckload of them. It's not like
Yeah.
a St. Nick's run. You know what I mean? St. Nick's. Ooh, perfect segue, eh? Yeah, there you go. Um, but you know, it's one of those things where I got it. Looks sexy. I was into the red and black, which I still am, I guess. I got it and just didn't do it for me.
I bet you won't stab something with it.
What, this?
The Saint Nick's.
No, dude, fuck off. That's not for stabbing. It's for looking. It's for looking. It's for looking, and
Oh.
then you don't even cut paper with this. You test it by just shaving your arm hair a little bit, then you put it back. You put it away.
Yeah, you let it give it the
Dude,
old the two Nick
You flick a couple times. You know, I'll do the challenge, right? You got to get every finger. Here we go.
Is that a
Here
thing?
we go. Oh
I've
yeah.
heard that.
Here we go. We got to do the pinky. That's the tricky one. Fucking bitch.
I've never done.
I
Okay,
do.
so
You do
you
the
do
reverse pinky as
index,
well.
the
Oh,
reverse pinky.
oh,
Okay,
dude,
so
I just made up it
index,
on the fly. Yeah, yeah.
middle.
Well, you start with thumb, right? You got to start with thumb.
Oh, okay, so thumb. Oh, dude,
Oh,
I've
oh.
never opened a Spyderco with my thumb ever.
Back to school, shall we? All right, let's do it together. Ready? Thumb.
All right, thumb. Oh,
Oh
are you
no,
are you putting the nail in there, or are you
no,
putting
bro.
the?
Just pretend it's a thumb stud. Just put some of the meat right up on the top of it.
Dude,
Wow,
I can't thumb a Spyderco.
bro.
Oh, there we go.
There
Okay.
we go. I was gonna say
All right, so
you can't run
thumb.
before you can walk, bud. All right,
All
ready?
right.
Thumb,
Okay.
close,
Thumb.
index. Oh my god. Thumb,
Dude,
rock, paper, scissors, thumb.
okay.
Boom. That your thumb?
That was my thumb.
Okay, perfect, perfect. A
Yeah.
lot of wrist.
Okay.
Thumb. All
All
right,
right.
index.
Index. Oh, I got the index.
Look, I've been messing around with this bug out all day, so I don't got here. Ready? Here we go. Thumb.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Index. Got it.
Okay. Middle.
Middle. Middle. Clean. All right, ring. Clean.
Oh,
All
I
right,
cucked
now here's the
myself with
trick.
index.
The pinky. The pinky. Ready?
Hmm.
Clean pinky. Now,
I
here's how you really do it. Ready? We'll go backwards too in this house. Pinky again. Ring. Middle. Index, fucker,
you
bitch.
snap.
And thumb. Ah, so close. So close, right? Um,
I just realized I literally have never opened a Spyderco with my thumb ever.
this is what we're about. We learn something new every day. Sometimes it's about ourselves, and we build on it. And you are terrible at using your thumb with a spider cup.
I,
That's okay, dude. I got it. I understand why. Um, don't know how we went down that path, but all of a sudden, flick contest became very fun. Um,
hey,
got me. So, anyways, back to this Mamma Jamma right here. 195. Semi-custom, is that what we determined? It's not necessarily a custom knife.
we said it was modified, right? It's a modified bug out. It's
Modified
not
bug.
necessary. It's not a fully custom knife, but it's certainly not a stock knife.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Um, can you pull up this guy on Reddit, or do you want me to send you over?
I can pull him up on Reddit.
Pull him up on Reddit. So his name is Bolts and Bites. Bolts and Bites. Um, I was sent to him from someone named Bree on the Best Damn EDC server. This is when I wanted a bug out. She had a couple that I liked. She said, "Yo, go check this dude out." He posts up these bug outs that are sick. They sell in a couple days. I mean, they don't stay up there long. Every time there's a theme, though, he's got a Thanos theme, which is this deep purple and an orange thumb stud. Um, name a superhero, name a villain. He probably has made that theme knife. The Joker was a sick theme knife. I don't know if he did like the access feels even smoother than my Griptilians, and I don't know why. I can't imagine he polished it or anything, but it just feels so good. And we talked about this, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, perfectly centered blade."
Yeah,
I don't give a
which
fuck, but I only care when people make fun of me for not having centered blade. So, kudos to him. Perfectly centered, just absolutely gorgeous knife, worth every single penny. Um, and I'll let patina, but dude, I gotta tell you, I didn't expect this shiny, shiny brass, and oh my god, I love it. Absolutely
I'm
love it.
yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some of these other builds he does, dude, and the Joker.
The
He does like a
joke,
Joker
did you pull it
build.
up? I told you the Joker's sick.
Yeah,
What is it? Isn't it like purple and green and black or something like that?
yeah. Has like a purple with an orange hardware on the inside.
I got to give him points for just creativity, dude. And
And it's
on,
little things, right? Little accent colors when you're talking about a knife like the Bugout. That is, I mean, it's a standard, right? It's almost like a standard of EDC. You hear someone say Benchmade, first word in your head is Bugout, right? But it's little. There's so many little things on the Bugout that like just changing one little piece of hardware or coloring, coloring the screws on one face this color or changing that thumb stud color. It makes a big difference in the overall presentation of the knife. It
it
really does.
does. Well, on that
Yeah.
note, right? Let's talk reptilians. We don't have to go bug out necessarily because all I have is that one. Um, I realize that the mic is here, not up here, so you may have not heard anything I just said.
I heard
Um,
Griptilian.
I said, well, if we're gonna pull out some grips, let's pull out some grips, right? Like, let's
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's ride this pony. But talk about the accent screws. I got that bug out right, and I just a little too small, dude. Full size grip. This is my
Yeah.
jam. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I put some green torque screws on there, a little bit enhancement. Nothing crazy, and I'm sure as you can tell from that pocket clip,
Yeah.
I sanded it down, took off the
Yeah.
black paint, and dude, I love this. I mean, small little things, small little changes, just like on the newest venture we'll have here soon, right? Modding the Casio Royales.
A $20 watch that, in my opinion, in terms of, I mean, if you're even thinking about getting into watches, first of all, don't. It's a terrible idea. Your wife will divorce you.
Maybe
Second of
you
all,
gotta be sneaky. You gotta play it safe.
oh, yeah, that's a nice one. I like that knife too. But yeah, the watch game is definitely something you get into while your wife is visiting her parents or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're even thinking about like, oh, I just want to wear a watch, or maybe you're someone that's never put a watch in your wrist, get a Royale and thank us later.
Uh,
They're great watches.
do me a favor. Can you pull up a Royale on screen?
Yeah, I can pull up a Royale.
For those of you who don't know, that's the Casio World Times. A lot of different letter number combinations. The AE 1200, I think, is the most common. But there's tons of variations. Tons.
Whatever country you live in, it's always a Royale to me. I don't know. That's just what it's always been called.
I dig
But
it.
this is my EDC, right? Like this is on my wrist. I
Look at
mean,
that.
we're talking 90% of the time, which I just recently blacked it out the other night.
Like we talked about, right? Small
Yeah,
little things.
yeah. So this
Um,
is blacked out. There's no text on this watch, and it's just on a leather band, and that's it. That's all I've done to this watch, and I think it looks great.
Simple, clean.
Yeah.
Since
You
we're
know,
watch
and if you
checking,
ruin it, what are you gonna cry about $20?
dude, $20 is an hour's worth of experience
Yeah,
all day. We'd all be rich if we invested like that every day, you know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. What's your
so
watch check? You're rocking the Expedition chronograph.
now, big shock here. Big shock here. This is all by chance, right? Your boy got in the watch game. Your boy thinks he got in the watch game. And you know, I listen to some people. I like seeing some people on the forums, right? Listen to me some Taylor Martin, some of his advice. I dig the Urban Gentry. I don't know if you mess with him at all, but
Yeah,
quality. I like it. And I
yeah,
dabble in that high value, low cost, just high utility market tip. Like for me, I mean, shit, I'd say 50, but we can say zero. I mean, literally $10 for some of these Casino Royales, right?
yeah,
Um, Up to maybe $100, 150, $200. It's kind of where that's like my ceiling, you know? But
yeah.
like, dude, uh, Casio Duro
Mm-hmm.
put on originally put on the Bond strap.
Yeah,
Your boy was all excited, posted up in you know, best damn EDC. Go down to watches. Hey guys, loving my watch, dude. Put it up there. Who knows? Big T. Taylor Martin comes out there. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks like you're running an 18 mil strap though. I think you need a 20 for that.
talk about the motherfucker to pop out there and call you on two
Dude,
millimeters. You know.
rip, rip. First time, I'm like, well, yeah, I feel bad about myself, but took his advice, ordered a 20. They did not have the Bond in a 20. I got a tuxedo. Okay, so the Bond, black and gray, black and silverish, tuxedo, white and black. And holy shit, I gotta say, on the Duro, I mean, Bond look good. Uh,
Tuxedo
tuxedo,
looks great.
tuxedo looks great.
Yeah,
And then accidentally had Bond sitting right next to
the
this
Expedition
guy,
Chrono. Yep.
Expedition Chrono, and you know, it's got those green strap, you know,
Yeah.
kind of an OD Army green strap, and it looks great the way it is. But it's just by accident looking at it, going, wait a second, like let's try this, and holy shit, do you have the picture that I sent you?
That you can get in terms of watches between 50 and $150. There is a ton of quality watches that you can get and put on your wrist that are going to look great, they're going to function great, and you're going to be happy to put them on. You're going to be happy regardless. You're not going to you're not going to impulse buy a $700 watch and then have buyer's remorse 10
Oh,
minutes later, or hate yourself the first time you scratch a sapphire face. You know, it's one of those things where they're budget watches, but they hold up. They're meant to be worn, but they also hold up.
one thing I will say about watches, is it dangerous? Absolutely. Absolutely. Make some rules. If you have an addictive personality, I've got a very addictive personality. I remember my first post coming into this EDC game, right? I'm laughing. I'm like, a $150 knife? Why would I do that, dude? I got this rat, you know, I got a rat one, I got an R2D2 rolling strong. I don't even know about EDC. I know this knife is the shit. I'm running
Yeah.
cryo 1, cryo 2. Like that's that's a high value, low cost market. But look, dude, you start seeing these EDC photos. You're like, I want to do one. You take a picture of your EDC and you go, well, this looks like shit. Comparatively. A, I don't know how to take the damn picture, and B, there was all this other crap. So you start buying, and then you're like, oh, it's an investment. Next thing
Right.
you drop $800 in knives in a couple days, and it happens so damn fast. Take that over to watches. Now,
Oh, see, but watches you add a zero. That's what I tell anybody who hey, do you do watches? No. My vice was pens. That was a long time ago. I don't do pens anymore. I've
you
I'm
went to
married.
rehab, you came back, you're all better.
I'm married with a kid now, right? So I can't buy $300 $400 pens. I mean, functionally, you're not getting anything more out of a $300 pen, just to be clear. But they're
These
pretty.
pens now,
Yeah.
the ones.
So I
Amazing.
mean, but it's one of those things where with watches, I just tell people add a zero, right? Whatever hobby you think you have that's expensive with watches, add a zero. Because what's going to happen is if you're someone who has a little bit of play money, you have a little bit of money to invest into your hobby, and let's say you spend on average, $300 $400 a month on your hobby. Well, with watches, you're going to buy that first $300 $400 watch, but then you're going to see in the distance that $800 $900 watch, and you're going to say, well, if I just saved a little bit, I could have that. But it doesn't end there, is the problem.
No.
Because there's always a prettier watch. There's always a better watch. There's always another band to put on your watch,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It doesn't end with watches.
And look, I'm talking about I love these NATO straps, right?
Mm,
Dude, these are Blue Shark,
yeah.
okay? Super
They're
high
like what,
quality.
20 bucks?
Anywhere from 15 to 20, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
They feel phenomenal. I've got a shitty NATO back there. It doesn't have these rings, A. B, it just doesn't feel substantial, and it's already faded.
Yeah.
These are amazing. But this is cheap. You've got people that still like to run those $300 $400 watches. They've got $200 $300 bands on them.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I mean, you buy a quality titanium,
I'm
well
talking I'm
machined, low
talking leather
tolerance band.
bands.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can spend 250 $300 on a leather band all day.
So
You know.
here's what I've learned with the watches. I think you should get into it. I think you should, because there is so much content and there's so much knowledge about how to get started efficiently on. We're talking about these amazing iconic Casio Royales for 20 fucking dollars, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about what you spent on a pen. I'm sure you sogged it before, right? Being a pen guy. Look at that face. Look at that face of guilt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there. For that
Yeah.
same price of the Saga, dude, you can have a decent collection. Let me give you an idea here. Right? So I took the bullet. I had a Casio PGR. It's not a G-Shock series. It's more of an outdoor watch. It's got a compass, barometer, that sort of thing, an ABC watch, if you will. I picked up this G-Shock right here.
Yeah.
Okay, $30. $30.
Which they're worth it. Just by in case anyone's even considering a G Shock, $50 for a G Shock. It's gonna last you 10 years. I
Yep.
mean, you're gonna get many many years.
What is this one?
This is the I can never remember the name. Starts with an O.
Ends in an O. Bambino.
Oh, Bambino. Yeah, yeah. There
Right?
you go.
Orient Bambino. I hear every single dude. You tell me every single value watch.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. This is in there.
You
every
see a
single
top
one.
10 list, you're gonna see a Bambino on it,
Uh,
and
this is
it's more because it has that. It almost has that like luxury. It has the convex top, and it's the bezel's so clean. You know,
It looks good, dude. It looks good.
and it sits
Um,
on the wrist low, and it sits. It's just good. It's a good watch. It is.
I got this for $60. This is a $130 watch.
Yeah.
This stuff is great secondary market, especially in the server, best damn EDC. I bought this new off Amazon, right? $50 watch, I think $47 for the Duro. This was the most expensive watch right here. 55 bucks. I'm very content with what I have so far.
I mean, for 250. So let's say you have $250, and
Oh
you
wait,
just
that's
say,
right.
"I want some watches."
But let's not forget because of our conversation the other night. I also have three Casino Royales,
Yeah, you
Casio
have Casio
Royales
rails. Yeah.
on the way for tomorrow. So let's add another
So
60 bucks. But
so let's say like yeah, let's say you have $250, and you say, I just want a few watches."
mhm.
You could get an Expedition. You could get a Duro. You could get a Bambino, a G-Shock, and one, if not two, Royales. So you get 7 watches for 250 bucks, and I promise you, you won't regret a single one of those purchases. I'm not a big Bambino guy. I can still appreciate owning a watch to go out to dinner with, right? Like something nice, something that you're gonna wear with a blazer, a jacket, a suit, whatever. The G-Shock, you're gonna put it on your wrist. You're not gonna feel bad about going out into the woods beating the shit out of it. The Royale, the Royale's my around the house watch. I love it. It's a fantastic watch. It looks good. There's so many things. Don't even get me started on the amount of customization and the community in terms of modding Royales because they're such
Oh my
a
God,
traditional.
it's
It's
a
huge.
subculture. It's
Yeah,
awesome. It's
yeah.
awesome. It looks like so much fun.
You know,
Um,
and Expeditions are the same. They're one of those watches where you're not going to look at a top 10 budget watch list and not see an Expedition and a Duro on it. I guarantee you.
yeah, I agree. Um, Let's all right. So it's actually funny you mentioned 250, and I gave you shit about the Saga, right? Because my collection is literally 250. If you
Yeah.
run those numbers, right? 30, 60, 50, dude, we're literally right at 250. That's
Yeah.
with three. That's two different AE 1200s and an AE 1300.
Yeah.
250. So do I think you should get into it? Absolutely. Here is the slippery slope. Here it is. Much like the rest of EDC, right? If you are posting pictures, you're looking at pictures, and you have a certain level of confidence you want to achieve. You want to get a little more thumbs up, right? A little more fire emojis thrown on your pictures. It's like, what's the next level? And that next level shit is what gets you in trouble. And what I have found personally, all right, so for knives and stuff and pens, right, and flashlights, get out of it, dude. Like, why would I do this? Why would I? $120 flashlight. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like, I would never have done that on my own. There's just a bunch of enablers in this EDC community. What I will say with watches that I found very interesting, none of my friends are gonna encourage me to buy a $200 knife outside of this. But I have found watch people, like I don't find knife people outside of EDC that much. There's a lot of watch people that are outside of EDC though, right?
Yeah.
Watch people like that, very different. Like this is like we're talking about how good the Expedition is, right? They're like, that's a Timex. You get it at Walmart. You know what I mean? And it's just like you feel your soul be like, what do you talk? What do you mean? And you like want to go back and forth, but then it's like, well, fuck me. So then you start looking. You talked about adding a zero, right?
That's what you do.
Talked about adding a zero, right?
Yeah.
So I'm buying these watches, and I'm slowly watching it creep up. Okay, slowly watching it creep up. I just bought a Seiko. See if you can find this one. That remember that green one I sent you, the SNKP 27, I believe. It's a Recraft series. It's about like a rectangular bezel, green background. It is just, it's like it's kind of a classy watch in my opinion, like the Bambino,
Do you
but it's
remember the
just
model?
SNKP 27.
SNKP.
27. Um, but that green kind of takes it to the next level. Yup. In my opinion, it just takes it to the next level of like, you know, I'm excited for it. But I looked at that, right? What else is in my cart? I've got a Dan Henry 1970. Honestly, I mean, I like the way it looks, but I think I like the watch case the back of it, it's like this octopus with like a diver, like an old school diver helmet. Um, Next thing I know, dude, it's like I blacked out, or maybe the YouTube went to the next video of like watches under 1,000, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm in a new category now. Now I'm looking at Tissot's. I'm looking at, I mean, God, there's for my buddies that aren't in EDC, like I get an Omega, they respect Omega, and I'm like looking for used ones, but I'm at $1,500 next thing I know, and
Mm-hmm.
literally considering it. And that's why I get why it's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? I dialed it back, and I was like, not yet, not yet. Let me work my way up there. You know what I mean? Let me earn it. You know, let me dabble with these and play a little bit and learn a little bit more. Because I don't, it's hard for me to. It's a watch, man. Like they tell the time, they do a good job. Like I know there's differences, but I can't appreciate them yet, and I'd like to be there. You know, before I move up too fast.
Yeah. No. It's one of those things where, like I said, you add a zero and it goes quick. Your first $50 watch turns into your first $500 watch very quickly until, like you said, you're sitting there looking at your cart like, I have $2,000. I have a $800 watch in my cart. My cart is $2,000, and like you said, you're considering it, right? Because you're looking at it like, well, they're good watches and there's
Right.
value, and at the end of the day, and I mean, I'll be crucified by watch people, of course, but a watch for me tells the time. It looks good, but at the end of the day, I know it's going to get scratched. It's going to get beat up. Regardless of, and I have no issue with having those watches that you put in the watch case and you take out for the special occasion. But as far as collecting five, six, seven, eight, nine, you know, $1,500 watches, I can't. But it's very easy to get there.
Not
Is
yet
my
though.
point? Right.
because
Exactly.
because the reality of this, right, you're constantly evolving in this subculture. Like I was knives was my number one. I've got the most money invested in knives for sure. By the way, remind me about that dangerous word for this called investment. um but I went heavy in knives. I'm still heavy in knives, but like, who knows? I mean, maybe in 6 months I could be a pen guy,
Don't.
you
I
know.
won't let you.
Maybe, who knows though,
I
dude.
won't let you
We'll
do
see. We'll see. I mean, I got some Parker Jotters on the way. I'm starting slow, baby. You know. But like, I can see how you start to evolve, and like, there's people out there that like flashlights are their number one. Um, do you have that photo I sent to you earlier? Where really like the focal point of that picture was the Olight M2R Pro Warrior.
You sent it to me in Discord.
I sent it to you in Discord, I think. And it's just one of those things where not a traditional carry, a little bit different for what I would normally do. You know what? I think it's in server, um, under EDC photos. It's all good, dude. Don't worry about it. But it's one of those things where like I was rocking what, a Civivi Hooligan
Yeah.
with this massive, massive, beautiful light. I think I was rocking like a G2 Pilot G2, right? That was like kind of a cool color. Um, I don't know, maybe something else, but like, you never know. I mean, I kind of think it's interesting to change it up a little bit and not have it all centered around just a knife. Especially when you get these beautiful knives, these super steels that are amazing edge retention. And you never cut shit with it because you don't want to. It's just too pretty. You don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Um, like this is one of those guys, dude. Like, I want to use it, but like I'm too afraid to like let it fly away. Instead, I'll do these little flick contests with you. That's what it's here for.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I won't buy it off you because I'll beat the shit out of it and then I'll feel bad.
Maybe you should though. Maybe that's what it needs. It's like it's in captivity right now. Maybe you need
It's
to
being.
set it free.
I need. I need to release it into the
You need to
wild.
release it in the wild, dude. That's waiting on you.
Fall's coming, right? I mean, yeah,
It's
you live in the area. I mean,
we're
relative.
I think we're only like a couple hours away from each other.
How far are you from Fairfax?
Dude, I live in Fairfax pretty much. Like I'm in Centerville. I can be in Fairfax in 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Okay,
depending on
literally,
stop
my
times.
office is on Chainbridge Road in Fairfax, and I am an hour from my office.
Oh, so you're like barely in West Virginia. Where
I
off chain?
am literally.
Give
I'm in
me
Martinsburg.
a landmark of Chainbridge, like Eaton Place, like where
Uh,
old Fuddruckers used to be.
it's,
It's so different now, right? The
everything.
Best Western,
No,
Denny's is like Old Town Fairfax by the courthouse.
courthouse.
Okay, like George Mason.
Right around the corner from George Mason. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hop and a skip. Hop and a skip.
Yeah. I mean, so like an hour. Literally, it's an hour and 15 minutes from my front door to my office.
Super close, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, fall's coming.
Fall's coming.
We just had our
Uh,
first 60-degree night tonight here up on the mountain. And with fall means backpacking and batoning knives and lighting campfires and, striking ferro rods. I mean, all of that gets to happen. And all of my EDC gear gets to be ran through the ringer.
I've
Yep.
got one. I've got one high ender. I mean, I don't know. It depends what you call high end, right? I never thought about spending a lot of money on pocket knives, but like, I think I've got four different CPM 3V, bushcraft knives.
Mm-hmm.
Bark River, right? I mean, that's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain it, to compare it sometimes, but like,
It's
this
it's
is
what
this is a
you can
high end.
almost, yeah,
Like
you can
this is
almost not compare bushcraft steel and build to EDC steel and build because it's you want different things. You want a hard steel that you can beat the shit out of that's not going to fold, it's not going to buckle, it's not going to dent, it's not going to chip, but you're going to have to sharpen it more often, right? Edge retention is going to be a little bit worse.
and let's be honest. Like, here's the funny thing. Oh, all right, this was the only one I was a little bit afraid to use, and then I said fuck it, and I started using it hard. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy a $300 bushcraft knife and not use it.
And
We're
not
talking,
baton the fuck out of it.
and,
Yeah.
and and here's another thing, right? All right, St. Nick's. These probably go for like what 150, but you don't get them for 150. You get them in secondary for like $200. That's how it
Yeah.
goes. CPM 4V, a little bit better than CPM 3V, but let's be real. Look at this blade stock, right?
Yeah.
Um, Look at this blade stock of CPM 3V. It's full tang. Look how thick that
Yeah.
shit is. You
And
can
that's the
make
difference, right? You're
you can make five
paying
of those
for
knives.
a hunk of metal when you're buying a bushcraft knife.
Hmm.
Imagine buying a bushcraft knife and S30V, right? Like,
You know what's funny? I think someone going. So I'm going bushcraft. I'm going backpacking, bushcrafting, camping into EDC, right?
yeah,
I think someone going from EDC over, right? Like okay, they talk about 8CR, 9CR, right? High carbon steels compared to like D2, right? D2 is the first thing for
yeah,
quality. D2 is not what you go to for bushcrafting
no,
or outdoor tasks. That's not what you fucking do. Um, and that's the funny thing with this is what I thought about. So the rats, right? My rats are in AUS 8, and they're like, oh, you got to go D2, and like I didn't think of that because AUS 8 outdoors is, in my opinion, significantly better than D2.
yeah, I
You know what I
agree.
mean? You're gonna beat the shit out of it. Yeah, you're gonna sharpen it. Duh. You field sharpen it back to fucking sharp, and you move on.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
also with the AUS 8, right, is that's the difference too to like briefly touch on sharpening because that's a whole different. I mean, we could talk about that for hours, but
yeah.
the difference between stropping your blade in the field and putting it on a stone at home is the difference in steel for me. I take an AUS 8 blade out into the woods. I use it. I might strop it before I go to sleep that night. I bring an S30V or I bring a D2 steel out into the woods and I beat the shit out of it. It needs a stone. If I do something to that knife, if I fold over an edge, if I get any sort of nick or chip in it, it needs a stone.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know. that's just the way that steel is.
Different usage,
So
right?
yeah,
Different.
you're
That's why
you're
it's
not
there.
batoning. You're not taking a Civivi in D2 and putting it on a 2.5 inch branch and hitting it with the back of a hitting it with
Right.
a solid hickory axe handle or something like that.
Yep. Well, look at H1. I think
Yeah,
any single comparative scale of blade steels, H1 has an has a blade or edge retention of 1 out of 10
yeah,
on anything. You don't buy it for edge retention, right? I mean, you buy it because it's just in the boat, at the beach, and you don't want it to be fucking deteriorated by the time you need it. And then we talked
yeah.
about, right? That's why you want serrations, maybe for something like that. Won't hold it, but serrations, quick sharpen, move on with your day.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
yeah, like even most of the this is the Flash 2, but most of the combo blades that you'll see on knives like this that are more utilitarian that you're this is going to be a user, right? This isn't a put. This isn't. I'm not going to put this in a case. This is a user. This is Aussate, and it's Aussate for a reason.
mm,
It's Aussate because it's a user, because you are going to do things with this knife that I'm not necessarily going to do with an Elementum, right? Like I'm not going to take this Elementum in D2 and baton it. I'm not going to beat the shit out of it. I'm not going to be scraping it up against hardwood trying to get tender off of a split.
mhm,
It's just different strokes for different folks. It's the same with knives. The thing that you're
absolutely,
carrying in your pocket in the office is not going to be the thing that you're carrying on your belt in the woods. So,
absolutely. Well, I think what we need to do. This is a great test run, right? I mean, literally, we did some
this
great
was a
content
42
earlier.
minute test run, in case you were wondering.
Time flies. And it's making me think. We've got so much shit to talk about. Not because we're subject matter experts, but just fucking interest, right? And the thing with EDC, like you talk about knives. Okay, there's all these different knives. There's all these different usages. Like there's so many paths we can go down in conversation, um, between looking at different, usages, different products, comparatives.
Yeah,
We gotta come up with some ideas here as to you know what do we want to accomplish in a 20-minute period, because
yeah,
we ended up talking for hours. So you know we had to figure out what are we going to do moving forward. What's some of the content we want to put out first. I have no idea when it's going to be the first person to watch this video. I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch it through its entirety. I think we're a
Unfortunately,
lot more interesting than we might actually fucking be.
it's okay. We'll watch it.
I'll watch it over and over again. I will make so many accounts and just sub. Um, I'm looking forward to it because I think we've got a lot of good shit to talk about, and I think there's a lot of quality people, just generally speaking, in the community, whether they're big fish or they're just swimming around. There's plenty of people that can just come in. They could probably be a much better, subject matter expert than we could.
Oh yeah,
Line up some questions, have some good tidbits. Eventually, maybe when we do have some type of following, if anyone, even if it's 10 fucking people, if those
yeah.
10 people have 5 questions, let's get them down there. Let's get them answered and,
Oh yeah.
make something
Oh,
that's going
there's
to be fun and helpful.
absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of stuff, dude. I mean, we could. I'm by no means a watch expert. I'm not even as many knives as I've put in my pocket or put on my belt. I'm not even a knife expert, to be honest with you. There's so much. There's so much diversity, right?
I can
So
barely tell you about everything on the, like, pocket clip, deep carry, right? These are called standoffs, you know?
deep good.
Yeah, like there's so much. Like remember before, I was trying to tell you, like I was so appreciative that talking about how everything is black. I told him black hardware, everything is black except for this one thing I wanted in brass on the black blade, right?
Hmm.
But I was just impressed that this little bit of jimping, you know, in between.
The subframe, yeah,
What do you call
between the
that?
scales.
What is it called?
Well, I mean, it's the liner.
Is that a liner? So it's like a partial liner.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that's it's the subframe on the inside of the scale. It's a liner for all
I mean,
intents and
they
purposes.
all have it, right? I mean, other
Yeah,
like I feel like a lot of times you'll find silver, and this is what you're
yeah.
going for. So again, big shout out to Bolts and Bites, man. Fucking fantastic work. But yeah, let's do this. I know I have a big fat unboxing for tomorrow. I think I have like 7 things, 8 things coming in tomorrow from Amazon.
Yep.
Maybe Amazon, eBay, fuck God knows where else. So maybe
I
we'll line
think
up
my
a
expedition
unboxing
comes in
video.
tomorrow.
So, dude, we'll do. It's almost like when you're a guest at someone's house for Christmas, and like you might have one little present open, the other person has like fucking 10 gifts. This is us.
Yeah,
You're coming to my house for Christmas tomorrow, and we're gonna stream it.
I like it.
Awesome, brother.
All right, good deal. And we'll sign off for now. See you guys next time.